What's up? What's up? Welcome back. So I want to flip the script on this whole concept of the fear of being seen to actually being able to see oneself, like being able to see yourself. I feel that's the thing that we're really wanting whenever that fear appears. And the way that this came up for me is I've been dealing with like these skin issues, right? It's either been like a little bit of acne here and there, or like the back of my head had this like irritation, folliculitis, like inflamed hair follicles. And it would make me self-conscious because I noticed the back of my head would get itchy whenever I'd be stressed out. So I like refrained from scratching it. And I thought that's what it was from. I thought it was from being stressed out, scratching my head whenever I'm caught up trying to finish something and I would feel anxious. Or actually, I thought it was from training as well, because like the back of my head is always rubbing on the mat because you don't want people to get underneath your head and control your head. But then a moment in time, like this past memory kept replaying in my head. And it was after a training session, one of my teammates was waiting to ask me something about where we were going to meet up after. And I couldn't hear him because I was washing my hair. So I replied, huh? Like, I couldn't hear you, I was washing my hair. And he said, okay, yeah, I was wondering what that sound was. Like, I never heard that sound come from a shower. And I joked that, yeah, it's because my hair is so thick, I have to like scrub deeply. But as I found out about the folliculitis, it's like, the hair follicle kind of opens up and like dirt gets in or bacteria gets in and it gets infected. And I was figuring out like, okay, I'm scrubbing my hair so hard because I was feeling for that squeaky clean feeling. The same feeling I would get from washing dishes. Like I would keep rubbing like my hair, my body until I get the squeaky clean feeling. And that's when I started to find out I was stripping like the natural oils. But it was this feeling of like, I need to do more. I need to like scrub away what's wrong. I need to like, and that's how hard like I was, again, like until I got the squeaky clean feeling, I didn't realize I was causing more harm than anything. I was literally being hard on myself. And that's something to where I didn't see the repercussions of it in the moment. And even when it appeared, it didn't fully click that that's where it was from. I thought it was from everything else, but it was from me. It was from me being so harsh on myself. And it was showing it was a clear metaphor and representation of the immense pressure I put on myself to be perfect. How hard I am as to like the perfectionist within me, that nothing could be wrong with me, that I need to have it all figured out. And if I don't have like the squeaky clean image, or if I don't perfect everything that I'm doing, something is wrong with me, which was a real heavy realization to take place. And then anytime I would get a haircut, like I'll be good, I'll be relaxed, and I would want to get a skin fade. And I started to get like a one on the sides instead. But I could feel like as I'm talking with my barber, when she would slow down and have to like cut around like any little like bumps of why can't I say the word? Bumps of inflammation. So, and like those moments would get me self-conscious. And I would try to buy like all these different kind of soaps. I tried all like the different medications. And I started to realize the final step is actually just loving it, because my body's going to respond differently to it. And this fight against this like resistance that I'm feeling within me, right, of like something being wrong with me, I kept trying to find like something to fix, like what's the solution for this? Because this shouldn't be happening. And it highlighted the whole concept of what you resist persists, right? The whole thing of like when you're as we were talking about in the previous episodes, when you're pushing against something, you're making it more, right? By your attention, you're bringing it to your reality. So in seeing, like, I don't want this to be taking place. I'm seeing something wrong with me. I'm seeing, and there's like a little bit of shame of the back of my scalp and any acne with it when it appears, right? And it's not like I even have it bad. Like when I was growing up, it was a little worse. But in not having the flawless skin that I see, granted, there's a whole lot of like filters that people can use, but even like people that have low maintenance skin, it's like, damn, like I wish I could have that. And I always see messages like in life around me. And I started to, like, a conversation came up when it was like me and my friend, well, two of my best friends, and me and my other friend were talking about how like we not discovered, but we started to add things to our routine so we can have clear skin. And my other friend was like, I just splashed water on my face. And I was like, bro, I would hear that all the time when I was fighting because, you know, you share the locker room, you share the showers. And people would like make fun of me that I have all these different soaps. Like I have like the shampoo that's for my hair, then I have face soap, and then I have body soap. And it's like all these different bottles I would have where everybody had one. And I would tell them like, motherfuckers, if I could just splash water on my face, don't you think I want to do that? I don't want to have all these fucking soaps. I would love simplicity, but I know that my skin is going to react to certain soaps. So I need to be conscious and aware as to how my body is responding to what I'm applying. So yeah, I have to actually have these different kind of soaps. And it was the sense of frustration in highlighting those conversations and that previous conversation with my best friends. Because my best friend that has to buy the soap too, he said the same thing. He was like, yeah, bro, we don't want to do this. And there's the sense of frustration of like, why not me? Why can't I just have a simple routine of just splash water and I have smooth, flawless skin? And even in seeing small blemishes, right, that not a big deal, but it's like, I'm trying, I'm doing all this, I'm staying strict to my regimen. I'm doing like morning and night, and I'm doing the hyaluronic acid, and I even tried the glycolic. Like I'm trying all these things, right, to finally hone in on having the right moisturizer, and like having to do all that, and I still get a breakout here and there, and it's the part of me that feels like it's not enough. Like it's not able, no matter what I do, it doesn't feel like it's enough. And that's where I feel that fear of being seen comes into play. Because you start to wonder, like, am I going to be enough when I am seen? I don't feel like I'm enough yet. I feel like I've been trying and it's not fully been working, even though I'm doing all the right fucking steps that people all say to do. But it's still, like, there's still echoes of the past. There's still representations of the very same thing I'm trying to rid myself from, what I want out of my life, what I want off of my skin. And it's been highlighted even more with the folliculitis because I have very thick hair, which I love. But in order to get, like, the product in, like, I have to, like, scrub it in unless I get, like, a fresh haircut. But then, like, with the fresh haircut, I don't like it, right? At the time. I'm going to get to like, so I didn't like how it looked because it looked gross. It looked like I was like contagious or something. And I was like, man, like what the hell? It's like, I'm happy that it's short because I could put the product on. But it's like, since my hair is thick, before I get a haircut, my hair is so thick, I was like, oh, it's smooth. Like it feels like it's gone. And I would get the haircut and I would feel my barber like have to slow down. I'm like, fuck, man. Like just when I thought it was going good, it's still there. It's still there. And it brought up this sense of frustration. And then I realized, I was like, okay, if something's reappearing, it's because something within me is showing up the same way. In order to experience different, we must do different. In order to do different, we must be different. That's been like a mantra that I've heard when I was like in my deepest, darkest, lowest moments and got me out of it. It reminded me what I needed to do in those moments, which is just be different, show up differently. So I'm not responding the same way, and I get to not be so heady about it. I'm feeling for showing up different to the interaction, which shifts everything within me and then therefore shifts the reality. So I saw myself in the mirror. This was like 2-3 days ago. And I saw myself in the mirror and I was looking and I was just like, I need to love these parts. I need to love the acne. I need to love the folliculitis. All the things I don't want to happen, they're perpetuating because I'm approaching it from a sense of I don't want this to be here. I'm trying to push it out of my reality. I'm trying to make, I'm making something wrong. I'm making myself feel wrong about it. If my attention to it, pushing against it, is what's keeping it going, what's a different thing I could do? It's not the product, because I could tell you so much about soap and moisturizers than I really care to. I don't want to know this much about it. But I got to see it. That's not what's different. It's nice, right? Like, it's another level of self-care, but it's not that. There's something within the energy and how I'm approaching it that needs to change so I can experience that change. And it's just loving it. Rather than hating it, feeling shamed about it. But it's not just saying like I love it. Really what it is the representation of the part of me that keeps trying and trying and trying and hasn't gotten the result no matter how hard he's been trying, even though he's exhausted, right? The version of me, the Mike that tried even when he had nothing left, even when he couldn't afford the products because he wanted it to be better for me, for the life that I'm living, for the life that we're living. He was willing to sacrifice himself for that dream, that possibility. And to still, that's not enough. That's not enough. Doing everything he possibly could, and it's still not enough. That's what the representation of these things are. That feeling of not enough. So, not so much loving the acne, but loving those parts of me, that version of Mike, because those are the representations of that Mike. Then my body's no longer going to be in this defensive state of feeling like there's something wrong going on. It's something that it needs to protect from because I don't want it there in my life anymore. Now my body gets to relax. And once I saw it that way, my whole mood about it shifted. And the best part, my skin really started to calm down. The little annoying breakouts don't really last that long anymore. They pop up, but I love them. I love seeing them. Because it's like, Mike, you're fucking awesome. I'm proud of you. Thank you. Thank you for showing up in the way that you do. And I welcome you. And I have such a level of appreciation for you. And you can relax. You can relax. You're all good. You're in great company. You're a great company. And the same thing with the back of my head, I started to relax too. And that got me to like change how I view the things that I view as wrong and I don't want to like happen within my life. It's like, okay, it's a representation of some aspect of me, some part of me that I need to welcome instead of push away. Because the common theme with all the things that I don't want to take place is the part of me that engaged with it and interacted with it. Same thing as the part of me that like struggled with money before. Part of me that struggled with money tried everything to learn about money and do what he can, and still couldn't comprehend why it didn't shift. Again, it's that not enough feeling. So in loving those parts of me, it's been changing all these things in the most beautiful ways. And when the body is no longer in that survival mode, right? Because I didn't realize how acclimated we can get to any state of being, but to that survival mentality of like, because even trying to fix something that's deemed as wrong or fix is like, when this happens, then life is going to get better. When my skin clears, then I could be seen and I could do this. When I reach this point, then there is no then though. There is no then. It's just this moment right here, right now. How do you feel about you? How do you feel about you in this moment right here, right now? And if you feel like there's something wrong with you, if you feel like there's something that shouldn't be happening in your life, you're not really loving you. Your life is you. Everything that's happening within it. And even if somebody's treating you bad, like I was reflecting, I did a video about this earlier, and it was about like, I'm a very optimistic person. I'm a Sagittarius. That's just in my vibes. I'm naturally very optimistic. And I've had previous partners, and even my previous partner was like a very pessimistic person. And I try to get him to see the side of optimism, right? That life could be different. Life could be so much better for you. And there was even a friend after, very same thing, very cool person, had a little more optimism, but still very pessimistic. And those situations didn't work out. But it's not even like they were wrong. Again, that was the part of me that saw, like, be the change that you want to. What was the saying? Be the change that you wish to see. That's what that was the representation of. So I get to love those experiences because that was the part of me that was engaged in those experiences. And now I get to be selective as to who gets to experience me. So using the quote unquote bad to highlight the good, even when it doesn't make sense, because again, like with the skin issues, it appears like, no, you just need the right product or you need to adjust your food. I did all of that and it still didn't fix it completely. It didn't give me the complete flawless look, effortless, just splash water on your face experience that I wanted. But it gets me to highlight the part of me that tried and tries so hard and still didn't see any change and still continues to try. I love him more than ever now. And this unlocked this level of like unconditional love within myself that unlocked another layer of authenticity and such a level of like, I don't give a fuck because you could love me or not. I love me. And I see how bright I am and I just make people brighter. And I love it. It's cool. And yeah, I just now care about brightening myself, turning up my brightness more and more and more and more, and allowing myself to receive. Because I feel safe now to receive because there's nothing wrong about me. There's nothing to undo, fix, solve, improve. Feels good. And I wanted to share that with you because if you can have this shortcut to just getting there quicker, it's worth it. It feels good. It feels really, really good. And the best part, and we'll land with this, yesterday, so the day before yesterday, I went on a bike ride. And I'll do a video about that, I think, next week, unless something else happens, because a lot can happen in the week. Actually, my client said that. So, yeah, but it's true, though. A lot can happen in the week. But 2 days ago, I went for a bike ride. It was supposed to be an hour because I just got myself a bike and I've been excited about it. It's been so much fun. Whatever your thing is that you love to do as a kid, whether it's rollerblade, a bike, paint, skateboard, do it. Get yourself that and do it. But I've been so excited riding my bike on my off days from the gym. So I went to go bike. It was awesome. It was beautiful listening to music, and I got lost. This path, there was part of the path that was closed off, and then there was a detour, but I didn't know the detour went into like a hiking trail. But I was already like in the path, and then they got rocky, and then there was like big rocks. So I walked my bike, and then it got smooth again, and I thought, okay, once it got smooth again, it was going to take me towards the street, because the whole time there was like you're on path, and then there's street next to you, so you have choice as to if you want to get off. Well, that didn't happen. It just took me deeper and deeper into the fucking woods. I want to keep this video short, but there was a lot in that experience, and I was pretty much like out walking and biking a lot for like over 2.5 hours, close to 3. So I was tired yesterday, and I wanted to record this video and record another video, and I could feel like a level of exhaustion that was just like, bro, like we were tired from this long ass unexpected trip. I just want to relax today, bro. And like this was the conversation I was having with me. And before, like when I was fighting, I wouldn't care how I would feel. I would do what needs to get done, like just pure discipline. But I felt like the part of me that was just seriously exhausted was started to feel a little sad, because it was like, man, like you're not caring how I feel. You're caring more about what needs to be done. Like, bro, I'm tired, bro. Because it wasn't just flat grounds. It was a lot of hills. When I say hills, I don't mean like a little meh. No, these are some beast ass hills. So I was thoroughly exhausted. And I didn't eat or anything until after the entire day, until after I got back home from that ride. Because again, I thought it was just going to be a nice chill bike ride around the lake for like an hour. So I was thoroughly exhausted. And that part of me was sad of like, man, like here we go again. Like I'm wrong for being tired. It's like I'm lazy, but no, I'm not lazy. I'm tired. And I felt that, and I was just like, this is what the whole thing was about changing my relationship to like the acne and the folliculitis. And when I was like, I got you, Mike. You don't have to do anything. There's no sessions lined up today. We have no calls. Phone on Do Not Disturb. You get to relax. And that's what I did. I sat down, put my feet up, just laid back, played video games, and that part of me that was sad started to feel much better. It was almost like when the kid is crying, and then like you start to console them, and they're like, that's how it felt inside. And I woke up today so refreshed, so full of energy. I recorded an amazing video before this one, and now I'm recording this great video. I feel so much better. And it's cool how whenever there's like something that unlocks, you're presented with an echo shortly after to see if you're going to respond the same way. Like you got the key, now the door's right in front of you. Are you going to use the key? Or are you going to just let it go and start banging on the door and wishing that you could get out and feel that you're stuck? No. The whole point of the self-acceptance, right, with the acne and the folliculitis is I love me. Regardless of what's happening, regardless how it looks, I love me because I see beyond what the surface is. I see what it represents within me. And I love that. And that can't be taken from me by anybody or anything, which allows you to be seen by everybody, because there's nothing you feel ashamed of that you feel the need to hide. And that's why I feel that flips the whole fear of being seen to just being seen by you. Ooh, beautiful way to end it. I would say if you got to this point, which, I mean, why not? You could put, I don't know, put like, actually, I'm going to do this. Let's do an emoji that you consider being seen, whatever that looks like to you. Right? It could be eyes, it could be the stars, the mirror, whatever being seen looks like to you, how you define that in an emoji, comment that. I'm wishing you an amazing day. If it's night by you, I'm wishing you an amazing night, and I will catch you later. Oh, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I love you, and nothing but great things.